Alright, welcome back to another Crabby talks through and rants about crowdfunding campaigns. Now, my apologies before we start. I am covering this kind of late. It's just because I ended up losing internet at my place for a couple of weeks and couldn't really upload any of these videos, but I'm going to try to catch up on the campaigns that I missed over the last couple of weeks. Alright, so for this one, we're going to tackle the Castles of Mad King Ludwig, the Collector's Edition. Okay, so for this one, we're going to talk about, if you've not seen one of my videos before, well, let's talk about the gameplay, the value, what I like, what I don't like, and if I helped you guys at all, why not consider subscribing to my channel. Alright, so let's get down this campaign as fast as we can. Now, before we start, this one is doing really well. It is the top funding tabletop game in Kickstarter right now. Over 8,000 backers. It'll probably pass 10,000. I expect this one to finish at 1.5 million dollars. All right, which is really good for Bezier Games. All right, so let's go down and talk about it. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do, it is a collector's edition. You're gonna get game trays. You know, it's sort of what you're expecting nowadays in Kickstarter. And here you go, boom. The first major selling point here is the artwork, because you know what, I can show you. All right, so I am a gigantic fan of the base game. We're gonna talk about the gameplay later, but I really like it. But the worst part of the game by far are the components and the artwork. I'm probably not going on a limb here. Maybe somebody can comment below and rebuttal this, but I think this might be the worst looking game, both component wise and artwork, that was in the top 200 on BGG. I'm talking about the original Castles of Mad King Ludwig. So what I actually did is just to show you how bad it was here. There are a couple of examples on the amazing artwork you're going to get in the new edition here. There's the grotto and the garden tile here. So what I did is I actually went into the original box here, and I wanted to pull out the exact same tiles, and you're going to see how awful these tiles are. These are the blandest tiles I've ever seen. So that was the terrace, and this is the grotto one. Now this one's not bad. It's not two-toned color with no shading. There are a bit of purple dots in there, but it's still not fantastic. And you know what, I had to show you my favorite tile in the whole game, the blandest tile ever made in any board game ever here. Just two colors, pretty bad. All right, and that's the type of artwork that we're dealing with. So this is a welcome change, and probably the biggest selling point if you are interested in the new edition of the game. All right, so that was the artwork. Let's go see what else is in the box. Okay, so in the collector's edition, not only are you going to get the previously released Secrets expansion, which is amazing, one of my favorite expansions ever. You're going to get the Polish extra tiles that were thrown into the Polish edition. You're going to get a brand new expansion here called the Decrees. It's just a deck of cards. You're going to end up drafting them at the beginning of the game. It's going to give you a special power. Special powers are always awesome. I love it when they add those to games. And you're going to get another brand new expansion here called Towers. Now this one is the one that I hate what they did. These towers are 100% totally superfluous. You do not need these to play the game. All you need are the tiles. It is what it is. You're gonna pay over $100. I guess they want to throw in some minis. It's just like Tapestry or other games like that where you don't really need the minis, but whatever, some people are gonna like it, and it is a selling point for certain people. All right, so that's what it is. All right, let's just keep going down. Another amazing addition compared to the base game is the reimagined scoreboard and the tile holders. Okay, again, just to show you how bad the production quality was of the original game here, this is the score track. I swear, I think I made a better score track in Microsoft Paint. All right, I probably used this background at some point in one of my high school projects. All right, so this was the scoreboard. Pretty bad. And these were the tile holders. Like, you're just placing your tiles on the boards, and it is what it is. So pretty bad. And now you're gonna have these recessed a recessed scoreboard where you can track your score, but it's also where you're gonna keep all your tiles. You have these plastic holders. We're gonna see them later, but they actually hold the tiles in place, and it's dual layered, so the holders don't move as well. Fantastic addition. I really love it. All right, let's just keep going down. Extra rulebook, or revamped rulebook. It is what it is. All right, and these are the royal upgrades. All right, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but everything I just talked about, that was for $99. All right, so that was just the base core thing. Now, if you want the royal upgrades, this is going to cost you $30, but you are going to get a lot of stuff for that. First, what you're going to get is all these tiles. All right, you're gonna get a lot of these tiles. They're all gonna be poker chips, and there's quite a bit of tiles if you include all these secrets expansion tiles. Next, you are gonna get, again, you do have a lot of these little swans, and I'm gonna say this is a massive upgrade because these swans are really, really tiny. They're minuscule, smaller than your fingernail. All right, and they're gonna be a poker chip like tile as well. That's the blue ones in the middle, and you're gonna get metal coins. Now the metal coins for me is not a huge plus. I have enough metal coins in my collection. I don't need more, but you know, if you add it with the poker chips for both the secrets these tiles and the swans, and then the metal coins, all this for 30 bucks, that's a fantastic price. Usually just the metal coins will cost you 20 bucks, if not 25 usually. And you know, I gotta say, again, the metal coins, I mean, the plastic coins that came in the base game, I mean, look at this 1000th chip. It is smaller than my fingernail. It is minuscule. It was, again, I'm just gonna keep saying it, the quality of the base game was horrendous, all right? And I'm really happy that they're making a new edition of this game. All right, so let's keep going. I'm gonna get to this colossal upgrade in a couple seconds, but they're just showing you what you're getting in the colossal upgrade. All right, so let's go down. I'm surprised that the video for Tom Vassal doesn't work, but let's keep going down. So this is what I mentioned here. So for $100, this is the collector's pledge. You're gonna get exactly what I had mentioned up to now. You're gonna get the base game. You're gonna get some nice swans. So some of the additions to the base game that didn't exist before. You're gonna get the towers expansion, the decrees expansion. You're gonna get these weighted swans, which are your scoring marker that you're gonna move around the board. You're gonna get these tile holders that I was just talking about before, where you're going to put them on the score track that hold all the tiles in the game. That's an amazing addition. I really like it. You're going to get the secrets expansion, which includes the moats and the towers, like I already mentioned. Another thing you're going to get is very, very important. They are including a 5th player sort of expansion or way to play in this one. I think even with the secrets expansion, it was still limited to 1 to 4 players, so that's a huge addition. I mean, if you're playing 5 players, well, then you need to get this edition. All right, so just that is $99. Just to put that in perspective, you know, just the base game, if you want to get it now in any local store, Amazon, it'll probably cost you between, let's say, 50 to 70 bucks, depending on where you get it. Sometimes it's on special or not, but let's say 50 bucks. And then you're gonna have to add the secrets expansion on top of that. That's gonna be another 25, 30 bucks. So you're already looking at a price between 70 and 90 bucks, depending on where you get the game. Now, this edition is vastly superior than that. And if you're gonna spend 75 bucks for that, might as well chip in the extra $25 to get this edition. I think it's well worth the price. In my opinion. All right, and then we're going to go to the Royal Pledge, and it's exactly the same as I mentioned before. It's everything from the core collector's edition with the poker style chips and the metal coins. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, metal coins, plastic chips. Yeah, so there you go. So that's exactly what you're going to get, which is pretty good. Also, another thing that I forgot to mention is they are adding extra I forget what the cards are called, not the Cree cards, but some of these cards, they are going to add some new ones into the base game that didn't exist in the collector's edition that didn't exist in the base game. All right, keep that in mind. So you are getting a lot more stuff than, so when I said before 75 bucks, yeah, but you're getting extra stuff and you're getting 2 more expansions for that extra $25. All right, and you're getting all the revamped artwork and all the holders and the recessed boards. So it is well worth the value. Alright, and lastly, we're going to talk about the 3rd and 4th pledge levels, and that's with the addition of the colossal tiles. Now, I'm really surprised that so many people are backing the colossal tiles. I mean, if you've never played the base game before, you probably don't realize how much table space it's going to take, but this game, even at 3 players or even 2 players, takes up a lot of table space. Oh my god, you need an extremely large table to play this, even with these standard tiles. With these colossal tiles, I can't imagine playing this except for on the floor or with foldable tables where you're each going to be on your own table. Sure, it'll look cool for the first couple of times you're going to play it, but I think those tiles are just going to sit on your bookshelf and you're never going to play with them. I think a lot of people just want it because of the novelty of it all. frankly, if I had the money, maybe I would have bought it too. It'll just be hilarious having these gigantic tiles, but it is what it is. Now, what I'm surprised is that there is a 169 version, which is the colossal version of just the base game, but you have to spend an extra 30 bucks to get the colossal version of the secrets expansion as well, from what I can tell. So I'm surprised that, you know, for an extra 30 bucks, why there's so many people still getting the 169 version, just $400 less, but it is what it is. All right, so some people really want it. So overall, I think it is a pretty good value. Let's just go over the stretch goals here. What you're gonna see is just the way they did it is 100k unlocks, and it's pretty much just tile as we go through. So pretty much at every level there's tiles. Now 500k, there's actually different colored swans. So in the base game there was 5 different colors. Now you're going to be adding another 5 different colors you can play with. So just like what they did in Suburbia, where they had 15 or 20 different colors you can play with, this one they're going to be at 10, but they're going to lock another 5 after, so we're going to be at 15. So here you're going to see more cards, the tiles, and these are the other 5 colors, and the colors are pretty cool. I actually like the tones that they went with. It's pretty good. So you're gonna have 15, plus these ones, so you're actually gonna have 20 different colored player colors to choose from when you play this game, which is going to be interesting. And just again, as you can see, now there's the daily stretch goals. So they had monetary stretch goals and daily stretch goals and social media stretch goals, but it's just tiles, more tiles. So a lot more tiles that were never released in the base version of the game. So again, when I was talking about that $75-$90 thing before, you know, for that extra $25, you're probably getting like 25% more tiles that you wouldn't be able to get in that previous edition. All right, so again, more tiles, and I'm tired of talking about tiles. All right, and there's the value and what you're gonna get in the box. Now, for Bezier Games, it is very important to realize that they have a previous collector's edition Kickstarter that they did 2 years ago, and that was for the Suburbia collector's edition. So you can almost have a one-to-one comparison with that edition to see if it's held its value, if it was good value, gameplay, and what they did. And what I have to say, after playing my friend's copy, that edition is phenomenal. It is probably one of maybe 3 or 5 games that I regret not backing over the last 5 years. I don't regret backing a lot of games. Usually they come out, you can get them on the secondary market for about the same price, and you don't worry about it, or most of the time even less. But that Suburbia edition, you cannot find it at the price that it was on the Kickstarter. You're probably gonna have to pay like 20-30% more than other people found it. I didn't back it because the only thing they did is make the tiles bigger, and I thought that was the only addition they did, but they added a lot more stuff, and I'm still searching for that edition of the game. So you can see that this one should definitely hold its value because that edition did it as well. Okay, so that's pretty much value. So I know I've been talking a lot. Let me just tackle the gameplay here for 2 seconds. I mean, what is there to say? It is a game that I love. I have the previous edition, like I showed you. It is one of my favorite tiling games. Now, there's only 2 negatives that I just want to mention for those out there, because these ones might stop people from backing it. There's 2 negatives for the game for me. One, if you are the auction master, as they call it, every single round one person is going to be setting the prices of the tiles, and everyone else has to buy it from that person at the prices that they set. Now, if you have people that suffer from AP, or if you're playing with brand new players, it could be a little AP inducing trying to do that. You know, if you push through to play the game like 5-6 times, it'll go really fast. Setting those prices should not take more than 30 seconds, but you know, the first few times that you do it, sorry, it might take a long time. So your first experience might vary, as they say. The only second negative that I can think of is that for some people the game does end quite abruptly. It ends faster than you would like it. You would like to grow your castle a bit more. For me, it's okay. I like the games when they're of shorter, medium length, and that's a good thing, but that's something to be aware of. You're not going to be growing a gigantic castle with 100 tiles, or even Carcassonne style where you have dozens upon dozens upon dozens of tiles. So keep that in mind. So that's my analysis of Castles of Mad King Ludwig. I think personally, if you're gonna ask me, I'm definitely gonna back it at the 129 level. I do definitely want the poker chips. I don't really need the metal coins, but it's included, so it is what it is. And there you go. Let me know below if you're gonna back it, and hope you enjoy it. We'll see you in the next one. Later.